Have you ever caught her staring at you, but the second your eyes meet, she looks away? You probably thought, she's just distracted. Maybe she wasn't even looking at me. But what if I told you, that glance, that awkward little moment, it wasn't random at all. In fact, she loved what she saw. Most men never realize this, but there are hidden things, tiny behaviors, subtle quirks that she finds deeply attractive. Yet, she never admitted out loud. And here's the twist. These aren't flashy. They're quiet, subtle, and they're probably the exact things you've been overlooking. Ready to find out what they are? Comment the last time you caught someone glancing at you but looking away fast. Stay till the end, because the last hidden thing will flip how you see yourself forever. You're at a party. Music humming low in the background. A red plastic cup in your hand. You're not talking to anyone. Just leaning against a wall, mind. Wandering. You're not trying to be seen. You're not posturing. You're not on. But across the room, she sees you. And not just sees you register. Something about you catches her attention. She keeps glancing, not even sure why. Maybe it's the way you're planted calm, grounded, unbothered. The opposite of the guys trying too hard to be funny or loud or dominant. You're just still. And that stillness? That's where the power is dot, because what most guys never realize is that attraction doesn't always come from movement or charisma or words. Sometimes it comes from absence, from not needing to prove anything, from being so anchored in your presence that people, especially women, can't help but feel it dot. It's in your shoulders, not tensing when someone else walks in. It's in the way your eyes move slowly, deliberately, like you're not in a rush for anyone. It's in the way you lean back just slightly, as if the room is orbiting you, not the other way around. You're not trying to be alpha. You just. Oh. And that's what messes with her head. Because she can't explain why she keeps looking. Why you seem more interesting than the guy next to her telling a joke. Why your silence is louder than their volume. You probably don't even notice. Her noticing. You're lost in thought. Maybe thinking about work. Maybe the girl you actually came here with. Doesn't matter. The point is, you're not performing, dot. And that lack of performance, that's rare. Because most men are broadcasting, flexing, seeking, and it's exhausting for everyone. But you tuned into something else, something internal, and she feels that even if she won't say it, especially if she won't say it. Because here's the thing. If she told you she found your stillness attractive, it would break the spell. That mystery, that contrast, that quiet tension. It works because it's unspoken, dot. So next time you're in a group setting, don't force the moment. Don't overengage. Just lean back, breathe, let the silence speak, and watch who starts paying attention. You might not notice it at first, but she will. She always does. You're staring at your screen, zoned in, brows furrowed, jaw slightly clenched, fingers dancing across the keys. There's music playing, but you're not hearing it. There are people around, but you're not reacting. You're in it, and what you don't realize is that she notices. She might be across the room, maybe at a cafe table behind you, or maybe on your couch, scrolling through her phone, pretending not to watch you. But she is watching, not because you're trying to impress her, but because you're not. That's the paradox of focus. It's magnetic. When you're chasing attention, you lose it. But when you chase purpose, attention follows like a shadow. And to her, watching a man lost in his mission is like catching a glimpse of something sacred. There's a rawness to it, a power, a kind of masculine silence that says, I'm building something, and nothing comes before that. You didn't smile at her. You didn't compliment her dress. You didn't ask for validation. You just did your thing. And she felt that not every woman will admit this. Some don't even realize it themselves. But a man with direction is deeply attractive, not because of what he says or owns, but because of what he represents. He represents stability, strength, depth. When you're locked in, you're saying something without speaking. I don't need anyone to complete me. I'm already enough. But if you want to walk beside me, you'll have to keep up. And that challenge, it pulls her in. Even if she never says a word. So next time you're in flow, whether it's editing, building, lifting, coding, don't break that focus just because she walks by. Stay in it. Own it. Let her wonder what's going on inside your head. Because when you shut the world out, she wishes she could be part of that world. And you're the kind of guy who knows exactly where he's going. And that changes everything. You're walking down a crowded street. People weaving through each other like threads in a tangled fabric. Lights overhead flicker from shop windows. Cars pass by a little too close to the sidewalk. And without thinking, you shift your position slightly, moving closer to her side, guiding her away from the edge, your hand resting gently, instinctively, on the small of her back. You didn't think much of it. To you, it was automatic, subtle, barely noticeable, but her heart caught that moment like a spark. Because that small, unconscious gesture, it's ancient, it's primal. It whispers something to her that words never could. It says, I've got you. Most guys miss this. They either overdo it trying to act like some cartoon bodyguard, or they do nothing at all, thinking protection only counts if it's some grand, heroic act. But here's what they don't understand. It's not about saving her. It's about shielding her, quietly. Women are wired to pick up on these subtle protective cues. She won't admit it. She doesn't want to sound old-fashioned or dependent. But deep down, she craves that feeling. That moment when your body becomes a barrier between her and everything else. She remembers it, too. That time you placed your hand on her lower back as you crossed the street together. The way you instinctively stepped in front of her when some guy got too rowdy at the bar. The quiet, almost invisible shift in your energy when something feels off. You thought you were just being polite, didn't you? But to her, it was everything. Made her feel safe, protected, feminine. And the reason she won't say it? Admitting it feels too vulnerable, too exposed. She doesn't want you to know how much those tiny actions affect her. But trust me, they do. And here's what makes it even more powerful. It only works when it's natural. When it comes from instinct, not strategy. You can't fake it. You can't plan it. But you can become the kind of man who just does it. Without thinking. Next time you're walking together or standing in a crowd, notice your body positioning. Notice the way you can guide her, not forcefully, not dramatically, but with a steady, calm presence. A hand at the right moment, a slight step forward when needed. No words, no bravado, just action. Because while most men overlook this power, the right gesture makes her heart race. And you're starting to see just how much power you've been carrying all along. It happens when you least expect it. Maybe you're at a restaurant, and the waiter messes up your order completely. You've been waiting an hour. You're starving. And inside, there's that flicker of frustration, that instinct to lash out, to demand better service. But you don single quotes T. Instead, you pause. Take a slow, deep breath. You look the waiter in the eye, calmly explain the mistake, and handle it with quiet control. You think nothing of it, but across the table, she's watching, not just watching. You're shifting something inside her. Because here's what no one tells you. Women are drawn to emotional resilience more than almost anything else. It's not just about charm or looks or money. It's about how you handle pressure, stress, chaos. When the world gets loud, most men react loudly right back. They explode, complain, lose their temper. But you You stay still. That calm, that centeredness. It's magnetic. She won't tell you this. She won't say, "Wow, I loved how you didn't yell just now." It's not something that fits neatly into words. But deep down, she feels it. And it stays with her. Because in that moment, you showed her something rare. Something deeply masculine. Emotional mastery. And that matters far more than most men realize. She watches how you deal with challenges. How you navigate the uncomfortable moments. How you face setbacks without breaking. And every time you choose calm over chaos, her attraction grows stronger. Even if she doesn't fully understand why. It's in the way you take a breath instead of snapping. In the way you laugh off inconveniences. In the quiet confidence you carry, no matter what's thrown at you. Did you even notice how calm you were? She did. Because emotional resilience isn't loud. It doesn't seek attention. It's quiet, steady, unshakable. And it makes her feel something she won't put into words. Safe. Safe. Not because you're trying to protect her physically, but because you can handle life itself. You can weather storms. You can hold your ground without losing yourself. Most men chase validation. They try to impress, to prove something. But you earn quiet respect, without saying a word. And here's something simple you can try next. Time you feel frustration creeping in, stop. Breathe. Hold it. One full, deep breath before you speak. Then respond with calm clarity. Watch how the room shifts around you and notice who's watching closely. Even if she pretends not to, because you're not just learning to control your emotions. You're learning to own the room. There's something about laughter that most men underestimate. You've probably felt it before. That sudden moment when you're surrounded by friends. The conversation spirals into something ridiculous, and you just lose it. That real, raw, belly laugh you didn't plan, didn't hold back, didn't filter to sound cool. And somewhere nearby, she hears it. Maybe she's part of the group. Maybe she's sitting just far enough away to pretend she's not listening. But make no mistake, she notices. Because in that moment, when you stop controlling yourself and just laugh, something about you shifts. You're unguarded, unapologetic, entirely yourself. And here's the hidden truth most guys miss: women are irresistibly drawn to that version of you. The version that isn't trying to impress, isn't calculating how he looks, isn't filtering every word to seem mysterious or suave. You thought you looked silly. She thought it was beautiful. Why? Because that kind of joy, it's contagious. It's rare. It's disarming. Most men stifle their laughter around women. They think it makes them look weak, too goofy, not masculine enough. But here's the irony. Your unfiltered laughter is exactly what makes you magnetic, because it signals something powerful. Comfort in your own skin, freedom, confidence. You're not afraid of looking ridiculous. You're not afraid to enjoy yourself. And that energy? It's addictive. She watches you laugh freely and thinks, that's someone who doesn't take himself too seriously. That's someone who knows how to live. And it's more than just amusement. It's vulnerability in its purest form. She won't say it. She'll probably just smile along or glance away, pretending not to notice how her heart jumped. But deep down, she's pulled in by that glimpse of the real you. So, here's a question. When's the last time you laughed without holding back? No filters, no self-censorship, just pure, unapologetic fun? Most guys suppress it, afraid of looking foolish. But you're starting to realize something now. A real man isn't afraid to enjoy life. And women feel that difference. So next time you're out with friends, don't tone it down. Don't force yourself into that too cool to care posture. Let yourself laugh fully, freely. And later, watch her eyes. Watch the way she looks at you differently, even if she pretends not to. Because that sound, your unfiltered laughter, it lingers, not just in her ears, But somewhere much deeper, there's a moment most men miss. A heartbeat. A half-second shift that changes everything. It happens when your eyes meet hers. Maybe it's across the room. Maybe it's during a quiet conversation. Maybe it's in passing. But there's that flash of connection, the kind that makes the air feel thicker for just a moment. And you hold it. Not aggressively. Not in some forced alpha male stare dash down. Just steady, calm, present. You don't flinch. You don't look away too soon. You let the moment stretch just enough to feel it. And right there, in that tiny electric pause, something stirs inside her. She feels it, but she never say it out loud. Because here's the truth she won't admit. Prolonged, relaxed eye contact triggers something primal in her. It hits a place beyond logic, beyond words. It says, I see you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not here to chase or impress. I'm just here. That kind of presence? It's rare. Most guys break eye contact too quickly. They get nervous. They dart their gaze away to avoid tension. But you're learning to lean in, to stay steady. And she notices. She won't tell you how it makes her nervous in the best way possible. She won't confess that it lingers in her thoughts for hours, maybe days. But it does. That gaze plants a seed. It makes her wonder what else you see that others miss. It makes her wonder why she suddenly feels exposed, but also drawn in. Have you ever held eye contact? Just long enough to feel something shift? You probably didn't even realize it before. But from this moment on, you will. Because you're starting to understand what most men don't. True confidence isn't loud. It doesn't need to announce itself. Sometimes, it's just eye contact. Calm, grounded, unwavering. And here's something to try next time you're talking with her, or even catching her glance from across the room. Hold it. 1 second longer. Then feels comfortable. And then, just slightly, let a small, knowing smile curve at the edge of your lips. That's it. Nothing more. Then look away. Slowly, like you're in no rush at all. Watch what happens after that. Because most men look away too soon. But you hold steady, and she feels it. Here's the final truth, the one most men never learn. She won't admit these things. She won't tell you how your quiet confidence makes her stomach flip, how your focus pulls her in without you even noticing, how your protective instincts make her heart race, how your emotional calm, your unfiltered laughter, your steady eye contact, all these hidden little moments leave a mark. She can't explain. She acts like she doesn't care, like she didn't even notice. But you know better now, because all her silence, it isn't rejection. It's protection. Protection from vulnerability, from admitting how much these tiny, quiet moments affect her, from showing just how deeply you've gotten under her skin without even trying. Think back. Suddenly, those past moments make sense, don't they? The way she kept glancing at you when you weren't looking. The way she leaned in when you spoke calmly about something that mattered to you. The way she blushed when you laughed, free and unguarded. All those times you thought maybe there was something there, but then convinced yourself it was just your imagination. It wasn't. She never said it out loud, but you always felt something there, didn't you? You're not crazy. You weren't imagining it. You were picking up on something real, something hidden. And now, you'll never unsee it. Most men never get this far. Most spend their lives chasing flashy tricks, loud tactics, empty validation. But you've crossed a threshold most never reach. You're not most men anymore. From now on, you'll walk into every room differently, quieter, steadier, more aware. You'll notice who's watching when they think you're not looking. You'll sense the subtle shifts in body language, the glances, the energy. And you won't need to chase or ask or force anything. You'll simply know, because you've unlocked something most men never will. And here's your only task moving forward. Don't chase these reactions. Just notice them. Stay calm. Stay focused. Stay grounded. Watch quietly, and you'll see them everywhere. Here's your new lens. Calm confidence. She watches. When you're not even looking. Laser focus, your passion pulls her in. Protective instinct, subtle gestures that linger in her mind. Emotional resilience, your calm under pressure makes her feel safe, unfiltered. Laughter, your joy is magnetic. Eye contact. Those lingering gazes stay with her, even when she pretends they don't. Quietly, confidently. Now you see it. Now you know.